Where can I find people that I vibe with? Look at all of this goodness that comes in for you. All this goodness comes in for you. The more secure and safe you can be in who you are right now, even if it is not. Hello there, Gemini. Michele B here, and I'm going to look into your money and love messages from the tarot. The main theme that I got from the cards that I pulled right now is for you, Gemini. One of the most social. You and Libra, when you are putting that much importance on your socializing, it is so important that the people that you associate are the right tribe for your vibe. You want to keep a high vibe, you want to be feeling good, you've got to be associating with people who are high vibe. And right now, I'm getting a vibe from people that you're associating with that just isn't awesome. There's a lot of bickering, a lot of fighting. And it could be that the tribe that you've been associating with is like a work environment. It's not a group of people that you would just hang out with in any other situation. It's people that you just kind of run into by circumstance. And when we go into looking at the money prospects, if you have to be in a particular environment, it's best to learn how to be avoidant of certain kinds of people if they have a negative energy, right? So instead of wondering, how can I please them? How can I please them? How can I make them happy? How can I make them like me? Instead, you should be saying, where can I find people that I vibe with? Instead of saying I have to please that person, because I know you hate to hear this, Gemini, but not everybody is going to like you. No, not everybody's going to like me. I love you, Gemini. We're looking at money now, okay? Here you are trying to provide your gifts to people. Here I am, la la la. I've got this for you, and I've got this for you. I'm your friend. Are you my friend? Love you, Gemini. And they're like, no, 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 no. And a few readings that I've been doing lately for you are about being associated with people that just don't vibe with you. And some of it has to do with you expressing your opinion where it's not necessary, where it's not wanted, where people don't want to hear it. But some of it just has to do with them being low vibe, them not being in a place where you click, you know. So it's not all your fault, but it is your fault if you keep hanging around that environment. And in the money situation, this is like probably a work environment, or it's an environment that you're in that affects your income because you're spending much more time trying to please people than you are on being successful in your work. On your work in the world, and the way that you provide value to the world so that you can bring money in, right? That's how money happens. You provide value to the world, and people send that energetic resource back to you in exponential amounts. Okay, so you're spending more time on those people. So let's say that you get rid of this, okay? It doesn't mean you have to quit your job, but it does mean you have to stop giving your energy to these people. Stop giving your energy to them. Stop trying to please them, right? Let's say you scoot that out of the way. I'm not giving my vibes to those people. I'm moving out of this environment. I'm moving on, moving out of this environment, symbolically or actually physically. Look at all of this goodness that comes in for you. All this goodness comes in for you, okay? So these two have to do with how positively it will reflect on your love life. That's awesome. And then there's money, and there's victory and being supported by people around you. What if you were to find a work environment that you really vibed with? What if you found social circles where people were actually supportive of you instead of feeling competitive against you? Instead of gossiping behind your back, they're trying to support you and bring you up. How can you get to that environment? I think you know what to do. It is fair for you to walk away from situations that don't work for you, no matter what kind of gossip people have about it. How many jobs have I walked away from where people talked all kinds of shit about me after I left? Because it was a bad place for me to be. I did not vibe with that. Now, it doesn't mean everybody's in bad vibes that hang out there. They might vibe with it perfectly and it works fine for them, but it's not working for you in this case. Okay. So this is you, okay, making a decision. It came out in reverse, but I'm pulling it upright because you're making a decision. You're making a decision not to put up with any nonsense anymore and to walk away from a situation that's not working for you, to put yourself in a position that's better for you, that works for you so much better. Okay. Scoot on over to your relationships, love, connection, love messages from the tarot. If you are in a relationship right now and you're going off to work and you're creating things, you're doing stuff at work, and you come home in this like crappy mood because your coworkers are not supportive, there's gossiping, you're worried about it, you're worried about whether or not you're going to lose your job, you're worried about the boss not liking you and stuff like that. Your partner's going to hear that and they're going to be like, I'm so sick of hearing that, right? They want you to come home in a good mood. It's appropriate and right for a partner to be supportive of you when you're having a hard time. But if you won't ever do anything new about it, if you're not being realistic that you're never going to please these people, that's going to wear out your partner too. We owe it to our partners not to wear them out with the same complaints over and over and over again. Here comes my trained friend. It's been coming through. Now, I see that represented here with the Queen and King of Cups. The King was in the reverse and he's like, oh God, not again. You're like, please make me feel better. And it's like, oh God, not again, right? Well, that's rough, right? Realistically, your partner should be very supportive. But like I said, at some point, you've got to, be nice in what you bring to them, because it gets exhausting. It wears you out. Now, I got double lovers. See that? Lovers in your heart and lovers in your head. That's making good choices when it comes to relationships. Now, you may not be making great choices when it comes to your work or your social environment, but you are making really good choices in where you put your heart. And so I'm really happy with you about that. Happy home, right? Happy home, happy home. This is really good. These are all good. These two being here, all of these being here, plus with that King and Queen of Cups, I see things going really well, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to work on it. So that's the main thing that I'm getting about your love life right here. Doesn't mean you don't have to work on it. So for those of you who are in relationships, things are doing pretty good, but you still have to show up on a regular basis to contribute to the relationship, and you have to remember not to burden your partner with too much of what is not theirs. Okay? You have to be a responsible adult for yourself in the relationship in order for things to be balanced. I've seen it many times that happen, that one partner carried way more of the physical burdens of taking care of household duties, of making sure the bills were paid, of just being responsible in general, and for the actual emotional duties of caring and nurturing their partner. So I'm feeling the vibe like you might be in the position of somebody who's getting a lot more out of the relationship than the other person, and that's frustrating your partner. So that's happening. I'm sure you are aware of it already. So remember that a connection, like you can each do your separate thing and go. Some people say that they just we're both independent people, we do our own thing, whatever. That's not what happens when you're in a long-term committed relationship. Is you have to at some point integrate in some way to support each other, give each other alley-oops, right? Help each other out. Like, I toss the ball, you dunk it, right? You have to help each other out. Think about what you can do to help your sweetheart out. For those of you who are not in committed relationships and would like to be in one, that's why you're here. If everything was great with you being single, you wouldn't be here still. You would have clicked off already. I'm seeing that if you weren't already chasing somebody, being involved in something, as you're transitioning your social or work environment to vibing better for you, being more successful, feeling a lot better about it, you're attracting connections because your vibe is increasing, you're becoming more successful. It's attracting people into your life. And it could be somebody from the past. If you're thinking about someone from the past, you could be attracting them through your thoughts. Your thoughts are bringing them in. They could be, it could be that you reach out to them and get something started. But there is a positive vibe behind that, okay? So there's that. The world, though, symbolizes a major transition in cycles for you. So if you are single and you haven't been seeing anybody, there could be something completely new starting for you. And it starts with a satisfaction with who you are right now, even if that is single. The more secure and safe you can be in who you are right now, even if it is not in a relationship, the more attractive you are to other people, because they'll know that you're not desperate. There's something about desperation that people just don't like, that isn't attractive to people. So your time of waiting is going to be coming to a close. Maybe you might be juggling multiple options. I do see that. I do sense, for those of you who are trying to find new people, the key is to first mellow out the vibe in the rest of your life. Once you have that down, work on your own sense of security in yourself, even being single, and then there's going to be multiple people coming in. And I know you enjoy it. This is where I leave off. I love you, Gemini, and thank you so much for being subscribed to my channel, for checking out my videos every 12 days for you. In the description box below, you will find a link to my Instagram. You can follow me over there. And if you would like to send me a tip, because the readings that I provide are so great for you, go ahead and follow the links in there to send me a couple dollars. I love you. I'll see you later, Gemini.